Can you get me home? Or will you lead me to another place before I overload into the mess of all our broken ways? You need a signal.
Daddy's home. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to GLL Season 1. I'm super stoked to open the door to you. Tonight we've got the gentlest, the loveliest of gentlemen as well to talk us through the story. I'm very happy to have you alongside Larson. Good evening, how are you doing?
Pleasure to meet you, Boogie. It's a pleasure to be here as well. This is the first time I do it on live.
Television, camera, everything?
We've been streaming for 8 months. Never been on the camera.
Well, there you go. This is a novelty. So there you go. Not only does a prize pool tournament starts now with what is at the moment, there's no other tournament with higher prize pool. There's another one with a similar one, but there's no higher prize pool right now. So these guys are not kidding around. GLL is opening the doors to competitive PUBG for the top tier teams in the world to fight on, and it's going to be a beautiful story. And we're opening the door, so come in, tag along, and have a seat on the couch and relax. We're going to be bringing you some top matches tonight, starting with the qualifiers. We're going to be having 5 matches in a row for both EU, and after that a very quick break, and we're going to be going straight to NA production. So there you go. Let's talk a little bit about the point system here, Larson. It's been balanced, it's been calibrated to reflect placement, but also to reward kills.
Yeah, GLL is one of the only tournaments right now that actually gives good rewarding for the kills. The same as IM, but a lot of tournaments you don't really get anything out of killing people. You would much rather just go in the building, go AFK, wait until the game is about to end, and then you show yourself.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
in GLL, if you get a high amount of kills, you get, as you can see on the screen, it goes higher and higher. So the more kills you get, the more points you get. If you get 25 points, 25 kills in a game, you're gonna be way ahead of everyone.
Basically,
it happens very rarely.
And that's how a team that we know and love actually won the previous season, isn't that right?
Did they? Oh, I mean, we didn't get super high kill games. We didn't get the 20 kill games, but yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Let's have a look at the teams that are going to be playing tonight, talking about teams. So, in the middle, you can see that the 2 invited teams are going to be TSM and Team Method. Of course, 2 top-tier teams that have been performing really good lately. Not only lately, but since we pretty much started the PUBG sports scene, let's say that. From the previous rounds, we got the top 4 teams that have made it through. So, we got Grubby, Crimson Esports, Bloodbath and Beyond, Team TBA.
Yeah.
And then we got...
You can go.
All right. So we got SDL Esports, Force, got Spoda, and Kings of Sosnalka. From another lobby, we got Katana Team, Next Level, Wolves, and Netland Gaming. And of course, then from the previous round there, we've got Vevictis Esports, Team Bosphorus, Tits of Destiny. That's let me say that again. Tits of Destiny and Nova Cygnus. I'm going to be enjoying commentating for Tits of Destiny, man. What do you think it is?
I actually don't know.
What does that mean?
I mean, it just means... Do you know Mexi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I remember once, when you have to be lucky, all you have to do is grab your left head. Maybe that's their thing. So somebody said if you want to be lucky, if you're opening a crate, just squeeze it a little bit.
All right.
I don't know if they have both Tits of Destiny. But
okay. Well, hopefully they're not just one tit of Destiny. There's probably 4 of them in the team, so they're going to be having a good time, of course. You know the slang, the band, the tit, calling someone tit is like, he's a bit of a nutter, he's a bit of a case, he's a funny guy, that kind of sort of stuff. So there you go. At least where I'm coming from. But also where I'm coming from, there's a lot of shootings as well. So that's what you're going to be seeing as well later on. Of course, we're going to be starting with the map we all have grown to love.
I'm trying to look a little bit at the lobby over there on the screen. Yeah,
we do have some information here for you guys. We can tell you at the moment that pretty much most of the teams have connected. So there you go. It's pretty much a set, done, and deal type of thing. The observers are in their spot, so we will be starting soon enough. Going back to the point system, let's talk a little bit about that, because previous season saw a very different play style. So what we normally see in tournaments, right, in the top tier tournaments where the top teams come and play, we see exactly what you said. People would much rather not go aggressive, would much rather, play the center strat and just kind of hover around there, just kind of, take it easy, take it cool. This time around, though, in GLL specifically, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch you guys play, because it's you guys have been rewarded for killing, right?
Yeah, in IM and GLL, we always kill a lot of people. We don't always play super high, but we enjoy taking fights. We want to take as many fights as possible. Maybe not in the early game, but nobody really does that. So I'm happy to have an event that actually rewards kills.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like maybe events should reward kills even more.
Yeah, I agree.
Because for the most part of the game, all the game is about right now is surviving. I know it's a part of the
Chess.
game, but if you want to have fun watching, people gotta start killing people. So
That's
kills
it.
could maybe even matter twice as much as they do now,
Mhm.
and still maybe not be legal. But then
You
people
think
would
so?
actually, I mean, in the first couple of games, people will be playing safe, they'll be playing slow, they'll be
And
going for
after
placement.
that, yeah.
But if you're gonna be far behind and you want their catch-up mechanism,
Yeah.
let's say you just go batshit crazy one game and maybe get the 20, 30 kills,
Right. Okay.
you could be able to catch up.
Yeah,
that would
true.
also make for, like, you know, an exciting match to watch and cast, for that
You-
matter.
You bring up a good point there. So,
So-
what happens normally? You're going to be seeing it happen tonight as well. So there's going to be teams that get the chicken dinners.
Yeah.
They get perhaps in the first 3 games repeat the performance to try and get in the top 5.
Yeah.
And after that, what you're going to be seeing, you're going to be seeing them play for placements. And when we say that, we mean that they're going to be taking it slow. You know, they're going to be making sure that they stay alive until the end of the game. They won't be rewarded by kills because they're already in a good spot. They're already in a cozy place. So why should they get any kills, right?
Yeah.
Whilst the other teams that want to get in that top
Mhm.
are going to be going pretty mayhem.
Yeah, I think it could be a lot of fun to watch and also play the game if kills mattered more.
Yeah.
If you got rewarded by killing people, but
Absolutely. That's the thing, right? Because that's what makes it an esports ready title.
yeah, that's
There
just my
you
2 cents.
There you go, ladies and gents. Some opinion from the IGL of Kingwin. If you don't know who this guy is, you can check him out at twitch.tv/Larson.
Mhm.
There you go. The IGL again of Kingwin, which is the previous winner of the preseason of GLL. So guys came in hard from Global Loot League.
Yeah.
They showed us that they got what it takes. Very serious people as well.
Yeah.
Involved in this very professional, very intelligent, kind of well put together system. And one of the good things about GLL, and I know you're going to be #sellouting me in chat right now. I know that, but what I like about them is that they keep in touch with the pros.
Yeah.
So they always adjust the circles, they adjust the point system. That is literally why they called it the preseason.
I think we have a game on our hands, Boogie.
We might have a game on our hands indeed. We don't know that for sure just yet. We're going to be going in soon. No, we don't look.
We don't know?
No.
Okay.
We don't know yet. That's the thing. Like keeping in touch with the pro scene,
Mhm.
making sure that what you're doing is actually relevant to how the esport is, to how the esport side of the game is developing, is quite an important aspect. And we see that in PUBG throughout. Pretty much, the more serious the org is, the closer it'll be to the pro scene as well.
Yeah, and we're happy to be here. For example, with the circles, there was a few guys from our close circuit on the scrim servers that spent a lot of time on developing them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been over them many times before. And what I really like about them is you get the new white circle faster than you do before, but the blue moves maybe twice, 3 times, 4 times as slow as before.
Yeah, yeah.
And that just gives really good action, because before you would die in the blue.
Yeah, yeah.
Now in the late game you can always outrun the blue. So the team can always fight their way in. And look
There
at
you
that.
go.
We have a plane that goes straight over the middle.
Yes,
Our
sir.
first game of the close qualifier. Boogie,
Absolutely beautiful.
Take it
man.
away.
All right, let's do this thing, man. Ladies and gents, here we go. The first match at the close qualifiers is starting now for the first season of GLL. We're calling it the first season, even if there was a preseason before. This is going to be season number 1, because it's all about the respect, the pride, and the coveted prize pool of $50,000 nonetheless. That is pretty neat, man. I'm super happy to see this in 2018. I'm super happy to see GLL open the door to what will be a very healthy, very good competitive scene this year. So let's talk a little about the plane. Let's talk a little bit about the teams that are going to Georgia Bowl right now, because there's plenty of them, it seems. I think some of them might be going a bit deeper than where they are at the minute. But it does look like most of them are going to be stopping, actually.
I mean, no surprise. We have TSM.
Yep.
And they're always landed on the left side of the North Georgia Bowl. I can't really tell who's on the right side. That spot is usually taken by Avenger or Amager,
What
and
team
they
Force?
didn't qualify tonight. Oh, well, they didn't qualify tonight. In South Georgia Bowl, we also have a team. In the west town of South Georgia Bowl, we have a team. And below the hospital, there's also a team. So Georgia Bowl, pretty much everywhere, is completely taken besides the containers.
There you go. In Pachinki, I see someone actually took a vehicle. Koryala has taken a vehicle and has taken a farm, actually.
No, it's Leighton driving in with the car.
Yeah, but
He's
look,
saving in.
look there.
Yeah, but Kelai is just looting, but it's Leighton and I'd see they're
Oh, yeah.
saving vehicles. Or
Absolutely.
method.
Absolutely.
When you're in Pachinki, there's not a lot of car spawns, so when you're landing uncontested in Pachinki, it's very important that you land outside the town and take vehicles.
Exactly.
I've
There's
tried to land there many times myself, and if you don't contest those cars on the outskirts, you're not gonna have a good game. You won't be able to rotate into the circle.
Well, the good thing about Pachinki, right, is that it's going to be containing, or it's going to be close to most of the circles. As you can see here, there you go. First circle appears, and the lads have a walking distance, and of course, they're not going to walk. It would be absolutely ridiculous for them. But because because Leighton went out and got his vehicle there, he avoided the awkward situation of not having one at Pachinki. As you said, there's two potential spawns. Of course, one at the garage on the western part, one close to the Harry Potter Tower in the middle of Pachinki, but you're never sure that those places are going to be spawning cars. And also, if they're going to be spawning cars, you don't know if it's not going to be buggies, you know what I mean, or trikes, which are not going to take you too far, or boogies, as Ibiza calls them.
I want to tell you something sad. I casted 3 games earlier today, and one of them was exactly like this one. All the way in the west, full of water. It ended up about no Jojo with plenty of water in all the way till the end.
That is sad. Why did you tell me that?
What do you mean?
No, I'm kidding. We're going to be having some contenders in Primors, though. Have a look at this. 2 teams are making their way into it.
No,
and it looks like they might be...
so late.
Yeah, they're coming in a bit late. And the fact that Delin and his own crew are making a bit of a noise and also spotting Poka Molodoy, these teams are going to definitely know of each other's position. The Lin is going to be going for the warehouse area. There is going to be some decent loot. They're going to be taking the restaurant zone as well. I think the Lin is already in the restaurant. Oh, there's there's a bit of bump 'em. Sure, why wouldn't you start the GLL Season 1 with a little fun there? Pokemon Day is going to be giving up on that fight, of course. It's not really a fight. You can't really destroy the cars to bits. You know, it's much rather keep them together.
Yeah, I think it's not really a good play to drive into someone.
No.
I think we've all seen the same videos of people that bump into each other and they go flying. I mean, personally, I would never risk it trying to smash into a buggy. You don't really gain anything from it, and the chances of getting yourself killed is pretty big.
Yeah, there you go. So with the first circle revealing itself, we see that most of the teams have also, and it's a thing that we see, I want to bring up this point as well, when the stakes are higher, or when you see the higher tier teams, you see a very nice and even spread on the map.
Yeah.
The higher you go, the better the teams, the better they know how to split the map nice, because most of the teams have their set grounds and they're not going to be contesting. These 2 teams in here in Primorsk don't seem to know about that.
So the thing is, in a rankle from the competitive scene, we scrim against each other every day, and everybody don't really want to fight in the early game. Like I said, kills don't reward at all, so you actually just want to avoid fighting people in the early game, and by now most teams land in the same place every single game. So whenever you watch, like, let's say the top 16 European teams, whoever they are, they all know where each other land. And then, what's it called? It's going to be completely different when we go over to Miramar.
Yeah,
because
nobody
nothing has been
set
settled
place.
yet.
Exactly.
We played this map, I don't know how many competitive rounds, but when GLL switches up with Miramar, we've been scrimming it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that much lately. After IM was announced, we only scrimmed on the rankle.
Do you guys have a strong handle on Picado? As in Team Kingwin?
We used to, but we're trying out different stuff. Like I said, nothing has been
All right, let's get back into it, though. Looks like Groovy is getting a bit aggressive. Jame Nora spots out one of the players from Nova Cygnus. Takes some shots, but it doesn't look like, I think it was the Lin. Yeah, it doesn't look like the Lin is going to be two-faced by it. So what the teams should effectively do at this point in time is split Primorsk by half, and it's probably most likely what they're going to be doing. There's no reward, even if we said that there's good reward in killing, there's no reward for going down early.
It's hard to say. I mean, I haven't landed in Primos as much. I don't know if these guys are familiar, if they're like, we see the airplane, we take a car, we drive far away. But some people forget they're fighting to an invite for potentially winning $50,000. I mean, a lot of these teams you haven't really seen before, and they're just, you know, having fun with their friends.
Yeah, there you go.
And if they're used to playing public games, I mean, if there's people in your town, you're going to kill them. So you might see some of these teams up to fight each other. Where we'll see the names like TSM, maybe Method, maybe...
That'll play the smart game, the long game.
I forgot all the teams in the lobby, I'm sorry. But I mean, a lot of the, you know, a little bit more experienced teams, they might be more passive in the early game, whereas some of these teams that we haven't seen too much, they might actually brawl it out.
Talking about passive play, because I'm looking here at Crimson Esports, right? We got MBS, we got Pybus, we got players coming in from Team Blank, which is allegedly, well, not allegedly, but arguably the most aggressive team in the history of PUBG. They've set Method away from Pachinki. They've done so many like disrespectful, in, you know, quote air quotes, disrespectful things. They were literally bridge trolling in competitive play. Like, it's just something that you don't see normally. But this time around, since they've signed with Crimson, no more foolish, let's not say foolish, but like uncalculated aggression.
I think they've been through it through Wester Swaps. I mean, we picked up Galaxy, kind of stole him before the team, before they signed with someone. I think they've gotten a lot more serious since then, and they've been picked up by now. But I think they went from, being these guys that play a lot of public games that have fun and will transition into one of these teams that actually wants to play serious.
And there's some value.
I heard the reason why they landed in Pachinki, and I don't think I should say it out loud, but it wasn't because they wanted Pachinki. But that's and they used to just camp places that would be transport places like bridges or popular hills.
Yeah, we'll keep flaying around. Bloodbath and Beyond seem to have taken a frag there, and they've taken a powerful comp as well as fours. It looks like SDM want to make their way inside the circle there. Jojo's going to be sent in. Oh, they're actually not sent in. He's going to be the last one coming in, and I'm not too sure where he's headed. His teammates do have a comp out to themselves. Looks like Skeg is going to be quite close. Jojo's just going to be scout just to see if Skeg takes any shots. STL wants to kind of know who their neighbors are, and now they're going to be setting themselves up for a good place. And if this is the first time you're watching PUBG, well, then you're in good hands. You're watching one of the most prestigious leagues in the world on planet Earth right now is GLL indeed. And if it is the first time you're watching, then you should know that the two teams that we saw earlier there on the overhead view, they're not going to be fighting one another. This team though, well, they're going to be going at it. So there you go. It's going to be Grubby versus Novus Ignis, and it looks like Grubby's coming out on top. Imagine from Novus has been knocked out while Pokemon today pushes in. He's going to be having that M16 4X on top. Does not connect the shots with Blade. He's going to be going for the bait. I don't think it works at this level, though. And, he's going to be... Yeah, there you go. He's going to be finishing his enemy. Now holding off to his spot. Tries to see if there's anybody peeking him. He's got the support of his teammate to the right. The Lin and Blade cannot really retreat from the situation, although they love to. The Lin goes for the retreat. He's not going to be spotted by Snoopy. And now the last one in that area, the guy with the highest chance of danger, Blade, tries to make an escape for him, but Snoopy spots him. 1/3 of light left. And he's going to be popping off the only first aid kit he's got. Fully boosted as well. So he is resable. And that smoke being deployed might just get him out of the situation. But he doesn't actually go out. He goes nearby the wall. And this is the time for Grubby to attack.
But I've been watching these teams down in Primos, right? Both of them had plenty of chances to not take this fight. Bogey actually takes a few shots there from, I believe it was the Lin.
The Lin, probably, yeah. Trying to offer support for his teammate to come out from the compound that he's in. But support won't be given from where Snoopy's playing from. On the right side of this compound, of course, there's absolutely no way for the Lin to spot. Unless he's not loading up textures.
I don't think that's the case. I've seen Snoopy around for a while.
Yeah, there you go. Nade comes in, does not connect with Blade. He's going to be slowly getting his HP back up. Snoopy spots him. Pajama goes for it as well. Blade takes up a heck of a lot of shots, and now he's going to be going in for the aggressive move, but Snoopy takes him down. And that means that the Lin is the last one staying alive for Novus Ignis. And the game has changed so much for him right now. Tell me, what does a team do when there's just one guy left alive?
There's two guys left.
There's two guys. Oh, there's Skeg behind.
Skeg was at the north side of Primos.
Oh, he's already in.
A while ago. I'm not sure where Skeg is.
Oh, there you go.
He's all the way up there. See?
Oh, yeah, we were talking earlier about him when he was in it.
Yeah, I remember Skeg. I think he was the guy in the day shot that apparently never even made it into Primos. So.
Oh, could have been, yeah.
In an ideal world, we will have the Lin making his way to Skeg, and Skeg won't be breached by a four-man team.
Yeah, but would you look at that? Look at the wave from the Lin to him.
Look at the water. All he has to go, he can find a water scooter, and he can. Boom, 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 boom,
See, that's why you're the IGL.
I mean, you can just go to the water. He can probably stay in the water this entire game and make it into the top 5.
Yeah, there you go. Mazarini now takes some shots. Of course, he's not going to be connecting too much. Kings of Sosnovska, having him at the lead there. He's a powerful player as well. We know him to be quite famous on Twitch and Twitter as well. So there you go, a powerful personality in terms of in the PUBG scene, let's so to speak. A Czech streamer, if I'm correct. Yeah, he's
check who team 2 is for me here, because I saw they picked up official Björn
from Bjorn. I think that is.
I think he's new in the roster,
Bloodbath
right?
and Beyond. Kariela is placed there. We've seen Zitars and of course Balrog X. Some beastly players, very very good hunters, very good with their aim.
I've only really met official Björn in public games, but they have been grinding really hard as a 4-man squad. And
So
I'm happy to see them advance from just playing public games with a couple of friends to wanting to take it more serious, and
having a chance at it.
From just being really inspired and wanting to do this. He's in a close qualifiers now. That's a
That's some sort of a achievement in itself.
And
Absolutely.
everyone can do it if you just wanted enough.
Yeah,
and
there
put
you
enough
go.
time into it.
And that opens up the discussion of the pro PUBG scene right now because there's so much room for everybody to come into it. Talking about coming into it, though, it looks like teams are coming into one another. And, well, some of them are getting dinked down. Worse for wear, though. Xeon does look like he's going to be giving up a team boss for us here in a confrontation with, let's see who it is. The Kings of Sosnovka. There you go. Jula taking shots as well as Xeon's going to be making his way out of there. That's the death brace. That's what the pros call it normally. And that's because you don't necessarily make it out of that alive. This time around, though, it looks like Bosphorus gets a second chance at life. What is Jula doing? Is he going to be going aggressive?
I don't know.
No way. All right, so there's no chance to go aggressive, actually. Oh, no, there's a body I think that they can loot. Perhaps they did knock someone from Team Bosphorus earlier on. It doesn't look like Jula's stopping by, though. He's still going strong. It doesn't look like Bosphorus is going to be contesting that fight. Wow, Jula, okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
No, absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. Mazzarini, in the meantime, takes Mind Nerd down. And he's going to have the eyes on Rez, but Rez has got a fast vehicle to pass on by. Not an easy task to take him down. It does look like there's some frags happening in the meantime somewhere else on the map. A Mark 14 appears with the drop there. Level 3 backpack. 8x and a 4x scope. All right, I want that. I don't want the Mark 14, but I definitely want what's, the other stuff in there.
Okay, I want you to try the Mark 14
No.
with a red dot, extended mag, and compensator. I have never killed people so fast. There's no gun that does it better.
Yeah, you close range?
You can put the Mark 14 with full auto. Just get an extended mag for it.
Oh, but you don't need a Mark 14 to bring Insakos down to one sliver of life left. And he's going to get knocked out by Pajama. There you go. Team Grubby putting on the screws on Insakos. And he's going to be out of the game for this map right here for the first match. Eliminated, destroyed, bodied by Team Grubby. Of course, Netline Gaming are going to be just fine. They can revert. I don't know. Was he the last one? I don't think he was the last one there.
No, he got knocked. Definitely not. And Milman knocks down and takes down. Was it Bradley?
Mazzarini.
Was and Mazzarini.
Yeah, Mazzarini. So Kings of Sosnovka are out.
Was Mazzarini the guy that... Wait.
This Czech streamer.
Yeah, but didn't he have teammates that... Was he the one who drive alone on the bike far ahead?
It seemed like an insta-kill, so...
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. We'll think about it later on.
But this guy also kills... Look at Team 15.
Oyemura.
Yeah, Team 15 is a part of Kings of Sosnovka. So Mazzarini drove on ahead alone of his two teammates and died over there.
Well, it could have been indeed. It could have been indeed. We'll figure out what happens here later on.
No.
Still teams on the outside.
Teammates alive.
Yeah, still teams on the outside.
So
they're gonna have to make their way inside, but it does look like they're not gonna be making their way quite easily. As you can see, Redwood driving a vehicle from behind. Might just get peppered down with shots here. Let's watch him try to cross. Yep, shots come in. Half life left. Half life confirmed. Oyemura not taking any shots. Okay, so he's got a safe exit, but he still has 3 enemies left in front of him. And he somehow makes it through. How did that happen?
I could understand why Muda and what is his name?
Muda.
African? Yeah, with Kings of Sosnovka, why they wouldn't shoot because they're about to go into the circle. But all the teams in the circle could have shot. But when we see the map, it makes sense that they're playing a little bit passive.
And now here's the worst part of it. Team Wolves are going to be in the circle, so they also have a very decent combat to work with here. There's some ridges as well, but the combat that they have, so they can gatekeep almost everybody. Team number 5 have made their way in, so you can see Core already in the safety of the circle, and his teammates almost all the same. But from where Wolves are playing right now, they have a very, very good chance to take down their enemies.
Yeah, I was looking at the Kings of Sosnovka, the 2 guys behind, but they up to go up in the mountain and get away from this fight. At the same time, Vicious the King takes down Core 2 JH.
Yeah, so Team Gospel loses 1 member. Vicious the King loses his own life as well. Lordy comes in with a refrag, but Lordy's got a sliver of life left. He does have a first aid. He's going to be popping it now. It's the last first aid that he has, and also he only has 1 energy drink. He's going to have to be careful when he peeks outside because there's no more boosters for him. Can he res Vicious? That's the question of the day. Can he kill Vicious, rather?
But, I
he
mean,
could
Vicious
throw a nade.
was out alone. He got a knock, but he ran out alone. He should have had a teammate with him. So he gets knocked down, and now he's pretty far away from his team. And he puts his teammate in a pretty awkward position if they want to go and rest him.
Yeah, true. At least they have the circle so they can take a bit of time. They don't have that much of a walk in
That
the
is,
safety
that
of
is
the
true,
next.
but you saw that his teammate has to cross
there's
the
the
road,
res.
use a bunch of utility, and run over and res him.
There's the res. It
There's
does
the
have it
res.
indeed. Vicious the King is back up. Kaysen's going to be bringing him to life.
Yeah,
so
but-
those are like Gospoda now have one more guy to deal with here.
Cortex down red vid, and now they're kind of split, Team 13 here at the yellow houses. Is that Gutspoda? No,
Yeah,
Gospoda?
Gospoda is team number 5.
Okay,
And Wolves are
Gutspoda.
13.
So Wolves are, they're super split up now.
Yeah, they're
And
playing a bit of a...
Duja is too afraid to go and pick up his friend Redbit, and Redbit would actually beat out.
And look at the shots just coming in, peppering core to his core, to his personal core. This is not easy, man. Here's the thing. My friend was playing, we were playing as a team meme, if you remember that.
I do remember that.
And my friend was saying, it feels like you're playing on a server with transformers that have Autobot on.
Oh yeah, and that's also why you have to take your decisions so carefully.
Yeah.
Because I looked at the circle and thought to myself, you have the yellow houses, you're amazing in the circle. You don't really need to, push out of your cover, put your team in a worse spot, and then, try and get a flank on them.
I feel like you would have taken out the whips there, Lars.
I would probably have pushed them, I'm just saying. Some people
You'd
are
have done it
smarter than me.
Right, yeah. Here's the thing, when you're the eye in the sky, when you're above, you're always going to be good with the decision making because you know what's happening. You can see the map entirely. In the meantime,
I've done them, I've done the pushes too many times. I hold back as much as I can.
now you're the smart old man, just kind of sits back and watches the young pups do it.
But Wolves, they lose Vicious
They
the
lose
King
2
and
members,
that big
yeah.
right, and Team 5 are still 4 men strong.
Yeah, there you go. So Gospoda is actually coming out good from this fight.
If you look at the circle, though, it has been really fortunate to Official Björn, to Method, to TSM. Also made it from North Georgia Bowl. They're in South Georgia Bowl right now.
Oh, they're in the
doing
circle
pretty
now?
good. Yeah, they're in South Georgia Bowl.
That's early.
They left the Come on, it's not that early.
Well, they're doing with it. Yeah, the thing is that the circle has been good with them. Now, we do see Kings of South Africa on the top of the mountain there, Team 15, where we're looking at them taking shots at Gospoda. It didn't look like they connected too many of them, so that fight is going to be given up on. But Wolves are still going to be connecting with Gospoda. This is not a fight they're willing to give up on. They have a Dacia there. The Kaiser literally is sitting on top of a Dacia, but they're not giving up the fight. And now they're in the open. They could potentially get peppered down from the south side. There's nobody there, though, at the moment. But look at Gospoda getting knocked out from the top side there. Kings of South Africa from top of the mountain find them. And as they try to run for cover, Kazin comes in with the shots. Does not connect most of them. So it looks like Gospoda get a second chance at life. But do they? Kings of South Africa still taking shots.
I respect what they do. I mean, the more people you kill close to you, and they have to rotate towards the
The
circle,
easier it will be
the
later.
easier it will be to rotate later on in the game. So if they manage to take down Team... I'm terrible with names. If they take down Team 5, it just puts them in a way better spot. So even though they're down to 2, I respect that they take the fight.
Yeah.
It will
yeah.
just put them in a better spot onwards. And, if they get points, it'll also help them out.
Throughout the night, you're going to be hearing little nuggets from the IGL of Team Kingwin, of course. Sitting right next to me is indeed Larson. You might recognize him from his streams. Or you might recognize the warm voice from his streams, rather. But yes, indeed, throughout the night, if you're just starting, or if you're curious about the PUBG Pro scene, this guy's going to be telling you all about it. Or perhaps not all about it. He's got some secrets that he wants to keep to himself. But you're going to be learning a heck of a lot more by sticking around with GLL. So thank you, guys, for tuning in. Now, have a look at this beauty of a circle. A lot of the teams are not in, and a lot of the teams are going to have a hard time rotating.
This is tough to be on the south side of the circle here.
Yeah.
Getting through Team 14 and Team number 2 here on the minimap
That's
is
the
going to
thing.
be a tough time. And, I mean, if they want to rotate toward the Georgia Bowl side, you see we have a team in the hospital and we have TSM in the nursery.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely not going to be an easy situation. Crimson, John Bawe is going to be trying to push forward a little bit there. UAZ getting peppered in. None of the shots connect. So he's going to be okay at the moment.
They're trying to rotate from the south. It's absolutely dreadful. It's such a hard time coming in from here.
Lockwood
Yeah, Lockwood.
banked his UAZ, so he's not going to have an easy task going in there. His teammates will kind of... Nope, MBS goes down as Jambawa tries to make his way in. It looks like Pybus is going to be kind of safe. Jambawa now, not a lot of life left in him. Going towards the mountainside. There's cover in there. There's decent cover that he could use. And he seems to have made it safely for now. Whilst his teammates rather, have died down. So it's just going to be 2 players for
No,
for Team Crimson.
MBS got finished off. Lockwood is still Ryan.
Oh,
running
Lockwood
in.
is still... Yeah.
So he might get a
Ryan
chance,
Lockwood.
but... Yeah,
Lockwood is still Ryan, yes.
yeah, but he's running in.
Yeah.
But it's just a tough spot to be in when you have to move from the south. There's not really anywhere good to drive, and it's swamped by compounds and the mountain.
Open.
Yeah, it's really open. There's no cover at all, and there's really good compounds, or hills, or mountains that you can shoot at the people rotating.
If you're lucky to be in, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
so that's how you saw the first team rotating in didn't have a good time, and I don't think it's going to be easy for any other team.
There you go. In the meantime, though, it does look like Pokemon has died down. It looks like the limb was actually quite close to him. And that's the earlier fight that we saw between Novus and Grubby. We'll see how that one pans out. In the meantime, Jambawi now, confident with this little dip that they have. They're still going to be careful. They still have to be careful. Kings of Southern Africa, Jesus, that's a hard name to pronounce, are going to be right on top of them there. And they might have the access to an AWM. Get your grubs on that one there.
I love that gun. It just makes you happy to fire.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the way it sounds, the way the bullet travels. It just feels like a laser.
When you see people with level 3 helmets and you hit a headshot, you know they're going to be upset and you're going to be very happy.
Absolutely. Team Method, in a dire situation, have lost one member and have another one knocked. It doesn't look like AT's going to be getting the res just yet.
So
Method.
they're in the circle, but right now they've lost all their vehicles.
Yeah, exactly.
They're probably going to be able to kill off team number 7 there, but moving Almonds into the game, it's going to be really, really tough.
Exactly. That's the problem with team number 7 moving in right now. They're going to be out in the open. They try to use the smokes as cover, but it doesn't look like it's necessarily working out just fine. They're still getting peppered down. Kuda now to one sliver of life left. And it looks like Method have a second chance at life. Indeed, the res will happen. Team number 7 are going to have to start making their way in, and they're making their way in straight to Team Method, who now have 2 members, and he's still alive. Putting a nade into the smoke. It doesn't look like Kuna is going to be affected by it. Oh, that would have been so close. But Kuna barely avoids death. Leighton now with a sliver of life left. Barely hanging by a thread. He's going to be going down while AT's busy taking names. But he's going to be going down himself. Zetars makes sure of that one. So you see that Page tries to go in from the side there. AT will be removed from the map. Last guy staying alive from Method. He's just behind.
Yeah, and he's getting shot in the back.
That's
number
the problem.
2.
Andy dropping that UAZ so he can use it as cover. Making sure that he can stay close to it without getting peppered by shots. Will go in aggressive. This is a 1v1 situation. Pretty much at this point in time, it's Page versus Andy. And generally, Andy is a beastly rifler.
Oh yeah, he's definitely considered one of the best down-to-down aimers.
There you go.
It's very hard to win a fight against him.
Especially long range, man. Those highlights.
Just doesn't really matter the range. I mean,
Yeah, for him it's like there's no range. The range is non-existent.
I mean, when you see Andy and he sees you have to kill him faster. You're gonna get killed instantly for the most part.
Yeah,
I've tried it myself a few times.
It's just for the fun.
I missed 2 shots and then I'm laying dead on the ground and then you're like, oh, it's Andy.
Makes sense now. We'll see how this fight turns out for Page, who seems to be proning in. He's got a little piece of the pie there inside the circle. Andy, not necessarily with the easiest cross, as he will make his way in. TSM have been quite blessed with the circle in that they didn't have that many teams around them in the nursery area.
They're actually extremely fortunate. I mean, it's hard to say, right? Maybe a minute ago there was teams, but they waited for them to leave, and now they can rotate in afterwards.
So that's a smart play out of them.
Yeah,
you have to consider that as well.
I assume there's more people in South Georgia, but they were just patient enough to let everyone else leave, and then they're moving in now.
There you go. And that's going to give them a chance. It's going to give them a good piece of the puzzle, a good piece of the pie as they make their way in. Page leaves the fight with Andy, but only to find death by Shamaninok. That's it. I love the names in PUBG. I'm being sarcastic, but yeah, some of them are actually good.
There's a lot of amazing names. I do agree with you here.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy's going to be making his way by foot. I don't think he's going to have a second chance at life. In the meantime, though, Kings of Sosnovka will try to keep themselves alive. Looks like Rafi has their name on that M4. Not an easy task for Sosnovka, but they can rotate on the other side of the mountain, so they should be okay.
Yeah, they're still 2 alive. Like, you can always play passive around these situations. You don't need to take every fight unless people are running at you.
Absolutely.
Saying that, Team 14, both sides, your name Shamanapa is pushing up towards TSM. TSM, they're not actually in the circle. They're still using the warehouses, trying to move in later. They have a really good dip in front of them, but the dip is only good if there's nobody on the hill above them.
Yeah.
And Bullseye and Force Dice and all these guys, they're moving in above them. So TSM is going to be in a very bad spot here. But, I mean, it all comes down. These guys can also be shot from their south side.
From the back side as well.
Yeah, they can be shot in the back from the people at the compound. So maybe it'll work out just fine for TSM.
Looks like fours are taking the smart route here, making sure that they first have the circle and perhaps later on take on this combat. There's no point for them to start a fight now and get themselves knocked out outside of the blue. So now they retreat themselves
You
a little
say
bit.
that and Rory almost takes off your bump descent.
Exactly,
No,
strengthening my point.
My bad.
Shamanamanamanamana.
Mary's just getting shot in the back though. He gets taken down by Kamka.
Wow, that is not an easy task for TSM right now. They're getting
And TSM,
peppered in
yeah,
between two
they're getting
teams.
pushed.
Break barely making out alive, but
Break
not for
also
long.
gets taken down.
Asverin is going to be taking him down indeed. It's going to be Rory and Vis Games trying to keep themselves in it, but X Team takes Vis Games down. And now Rory's going to have to play solo for his team. Oh, there's so many shots in that smoke. I don't know how he's still alive, but somehow he will make it for another second perhaps. I wouldn't give him more than a minute. As soon as that smoke dissipates, I think he's going to be mincemeat, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I told you this. It's an okay spot, but as soon as it closes in, people are gonna be shooting them from the sides. And
Look at fours. They think that TSM is out.
I mean,
They think that TSM is out because Kamka took one of them down. Kamka took Vis, right?
but no, like
Maybe they missed the
if you're a
fact that it
good
wasn't
team,
an
you
knockout.
see them get knocked right.
Maybe they missed
A
that.
top tier team would see that not all of them are dead.
Oh,
Speaking
DP.
of, Björn is pushing out of his compound. He wants this guy here in this shut dead.
And you can't really blame them. DP close range can be absolutely lethal. Goes in, but actually doesn't find any frags. It's going to be Xeon that does that instead. Z-Stars with the UMP against ARs.
Zitas doesn't have a vest. He cannot do this. He's gonna get
Oh,
taken down here.
there you go. So Dominic does the dirty deed. Brings Z-Tars down.
And they still have 2 team members alive from official Burn's team. And Force is actually the one to take down
Sipik.
Sipik. But we
Sipik.
see Kalaya now and Balrog pushing out. That was very uncoordinated. That
Yeah, that
John and
push
them pushed
outside.
out was-
There you go. Victus Esports don't really have that many chances there. I think they got one member left alive. Oh, Andy taking some shots now.
How is Andy still alive?
You gotta kill him now before he gets a chance to see you. Somehow he snacked
How
his
did
way
he
through.
make it in?
He snacked his way
I
through.
thought he was dead. Like
for sure.
I
Everybody.
saw all his vehicles blow up, and I was like, okay, have fun next game, Andy.
And now he's trying to reach the white from a different perspective.
Amazing play
And he
from
will
Andy
get a
making
chance.
in. Yeah.
You will get a chance to do it. That is amazing. Yeah, playing it so casual, so nice and easy, which is not normally something that we normally see. Let's say on 2017 Andy, that guy would have never done that. This guy, though, plays a lot more tactical, and I like that out of him. Now he's already in the circle, so he's going to be safe where he is. But Xeon is not inside. He tries to take some shots. Doesn't really matter. Look at how much damage that blue is making him tank. And now with a sliver of life left, Sadovnik is going to be taking him down. And we'll be closing it as well. What is coming out on top here in this situation?
Yeah.
How do you say it? Because where's the squad from? They're Eastern Europe, right? Or
I
Russia.
don't know. Force, I'm sorry.
So it's Forze.
Force. Just I have a very simple.
Your face of
no,
disapproval.
no,
I wish
no.
people would
No,
have saw that.
I have a simple philosophy in
No.
life. Names can be pronounced exactly how you want them to.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
if you're from the UK, you
It's
can
Forze.
you can speak British. I'm from Denmark. I'll just say Force as I read it.
There you
Because
go.
names are universal. You don't really have to make it sound like
Oh.
something unnatural.
Look at Asverin trying to cross. And they're loot sharing right next to Crimson. They've got absolutely no idea what's going on. They're doing a little loot goblin pile there for themselves to enjoy. But Crimson don't necessarily seem to have spotted them. Oh, that is fortunate.
But that is the
Oh,
beauty
it's
of
so
watching
fortunate.
people like Crimson, people like Method and Andy Pyro right now. Crimson lost 2 members early on. Andy Pyro is only down to 1. So they're playing it very, very cautious. I would guarantee you,
Oh.
if there was 4 people alive from Crimson, they would be playing aggressive. If Method has 4 people, they would be running around fracking people. But
TBA pushing against Andy. Rafi wants.
I saw
wants to
TBA lose
make
Mulman
sure.
only earlier.
Yeah, true. That's it. They're playing as threes. Andy's been spotted, but it doesn't really matter. He turns around, finds the flick, connects with Rafi, and has got a sliver of life left. 3 bandages on him. How is he still alive? He needs to take the skill down and take what Rafi has, but the push is coming in. It doesn't look like he's going to have too many chances of life. Team TBA won his name. That's an important frag to find because they need to somehow enter the safety of the next circle without worrying about Andy. That's why Luna is sticking on his angle. That's why he's taking the shots. But Andy doesn't care much. He's going to be proned in far away behind the rock. Rez is going to be happening. Andy, does he have any chances to pop the 3 bandages that he's got? Oh, he's sneaking his way in. That is smart. He's not going to have much time, though. He's going to have to
Crimson
get
on
up.
the other side of the map takes down 2. They takes down X-Team and Asarin, so there's only 1 left from Team 3, which is Cantana, right?
Katana.
Yeah.
Katana team. There
Cantana's
you
down
go.
to 1. Crimson managed to take down 2 of
Kamka.
them. Yeah, and Kamka is just hiding.
Forrest got a decent chance at this. Forrest has a very, very decent chance, as well as TBA. They're playing as threes. They're coming in, of course. TBA is coming in from the outside. And they might have a fight on their hands just in front of them with Katana team there. But they could come out on top. In the meantime, Pybus finds himself a frag. Force takes one down as well.
And that is Lunde from
Diaz.
TBA going down, so they're just down to 2 unless they can get another revive off.
Indeed.
But Rafi and Fake is far away from Lunde.
Oh, there you go, Andy. He's going to be falling down. Diaz is finding the frag against Fake, and that's a good start for Force. TBA are in a bit of a ruckus right now, getting shots from 2 different angles. And it does look like Lunde is going to be taking 1 casualty. Last one stayed alive. It's going to be Fake, and he dies as well. So that's going to be Force against Crimson against Katana. Kamka, all he has to do is play this one slow and safe. Let Crimson and Force deal with themselves, and then come from the backside and try something. But will he be able to do that? Because it looks like Force are heading towards him.
I mean, Kamka, what do you want to say? TBA got killed right behind Kamka, so the Force members might just think he's not there, but he actually checks, gets taken down.
And there you go. That's not going to be enough. It's going to be Jambawa that takes him down instead. And now Force with 2 members. And it's going to be Crimson with 2 members of their own. Indeed. As they peek out, carrying 98 shots. Rain. None of them connect so far, it seems. Pybus is going to have to go for a rest, though. Or sorry, for a heal. So it might have been that shot connected with it from Bullseye.
Boogie, Crimson has to circle here. Crimson is the more experienced team. Do you think they're going to take this one home?
No, they should be, but it looks like there's some sort of a side flank coming in from Sadovnik that Jambawi doesn't know about.
It's actually tough to hold that dip there in. But
Yeah,
we'll
it's
see how
not
good
an
of a
easy
job,
task.
but it's very, very difficult because you have to overpeak to make sure they don't come in. And as you have to expose yourself, a guy with a sniper, you see Bullseye, he might be able to get a quick headshot.
Oh!
As I say that, Jambava just takes it sets off.
Beautiful shot indeed.
Sadonik have made himself known where he is.
But the shots commit against him as well. Jambawi is going to have to go for the first aid kit. Pybus is going to be taking his turn instead. Trying to go for the hollow M4 sprayed out against Sadovnik. Sadovnik cannot go for the res, so instead he goes in for the nade. It does rain here indeed, and is going to be knocking out Pybus. What an explosive ending to this match. And we're just starting up. We're just getting warm here, guys. Jambawi tries to go for the refrac here. He could go for the res. Does Sadovnik have any more nades? So it doesn't look like it. He's going to be going for the first aid kit, and now he's going to have to make his way a bit closer. That tree is not inside the next white. And as he makes his way closer, he doesn't know that they're rezzing one another. He should be knowing this at this moment. He's actually pushing in right now. But Jambawi is going to be falling down. Sadovnik has a chance to clutch this, and it does. That's a fantastic closer for Fours, who take the GG and the chicken dinner in a majestic way.
I thought Crimson had it. But well played to well played to
I
Force.
thought so indeed.
Force, they were the team that fought their way in from the hospital. First they had to fight TSM, then they had to fight the Kalaya and Official Björn, and then they finished off TPA.
Yeah.
They killed absolutely everyone, and
Look at the kill count.
I don't think they had the circle. They just fought their way through, and like you
21.
said, is that 21 kills? Well,
They're legal. That kill count can drink in the US, dude. That's how high it is. That is pretty freaking good. And you know what? Crimson didn't do anything wrong. They went for the res. It was a decent kind of thing because if you have 2 angles to peek in from, that gives you that much more of an advantage.
Yeah.
And you also know that you have the blue or the white, so you can take a moment to res. But the counterplay was way too good. That push right there, perfectly timed in. That M4 action, beautiful. It was just, I don't know, for me it was a really beautiful matchup there to close it off.
Yeah, big respect to Force. I've never seen them play before. But like I said, they just fought and killed everyone in their way.
That's the thing. And
that's what I like to see.
That's what we like to see
And
as
you
well.
said 21 kills with the point system that GLL has. When you get 11 or more kills, it's actually crazy how many points that goes towards.
Yeah.
Think how many points does the first kill got, and then when you get over 11, they just
you
stack
get 10,
up.
You get 10 kills. You get 10 points over 11 kills. So anything after 11, you
It's
get
just
10 points.
Yeah, and I think the first
That's
list gets
insane.
like 200 points, and they got 21. Or
Yeah.
maybe it's like 200-300 points, but they almost got like 2 first places.
They're
because
basically
it just keeps stacking up. Yeah,
They're basically
they're gonna be
on 2
miles
chicken
and
dinners.
miles ahead of everyone. Yeah, just because of the kills.
There you go.
And I
Let's have-
respect. I really like that about GLL point system. Yeah.
There you go. Let's have a look at Bjorn's play against the Hut here. Let's see how that one panned out. Bjorn pushes in with a DP. Very powerful weapon. High DPS. When it comes to close range, when it comes to penetrating or defending compounds, this weapon can actually be reliable. I know not a lot of people like to play with it, but because it has such a high rate of fire and it's got 762 bullets, it can pierce through your enemies. However, that push was not well constructed, and both of them went down.
Yeah. I mean,
Tell me a little bit about that. What would have been done better? Well, pretty much everything. But let's talk me
you
through how
don't really
you would
want
have
to
done it.
push in without grenades, and I don't agree with what you said about the DP. It actually has a very slow firing rate compared to the AK and all the other assault rifles.
Is it not faster than the?
No, it's way slower than everything else. I think it's the slowest assault rifle's fire
Okay.
rate. So I'm not a big fan of it. And also, as you see, when he goes in the door, the gun is so big that when he comes to like walks in the door,
Yeah.
the gun aims down and he shoots the first few bullets at the floor. I think it's not a good gun for like really small corridors and corners.
You know what? I still like it.
You used to like him. I mean,
It's a
if
disco-
you want
it's a
to push
disco
that,
gun.
if
It
you
look-
want
it looks
to
funny enough.
push one of these sheds, all you need to do, shoot out the door, toss a frag grenade in, look
Yeah.
at the door, everyone inside is dead.
Yeah.
There's no counterplay.
Exactly.
But they threw in a smoke,
can't get
waited
up.
for the smoke to bloom, and ran in blind alone.
Wait, no, the smoke wasn't. I don't think the smoke was from them. The smoke was from the defensive side.
Either way, like you don't really want to push into the houses. You want to
Yeah.
hold them and like flush them out.
Work the angles. Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. But running in blind, I think that was how it all went wrong from them.
There you go. Not necessarily the best of plays when you have the pressure of making it to GLL. Of course, you know maybe things are not going to always go
Here
your
we
way.
see this shot from Mbappe.
Oh, that was sick. That was absolutely sick.
I actually
I
thought
look
that
at the
grenade was
push
going to be
from
short,
above.
but it lands right on top of Pipers.
It does indeed. Look at Pybas getting down and dirty,
So-
and this is Sadovnik. This is Sadovnik's POV, and we get to see how he won the game for himself. Beautiful spray transfer as well. The M4, of course, making it a bit easier. You're gonna agree with me on this one that it is indeed the most reliable platform at the moment
So
from the AR lineup. We're not talking about the
problem or
crate
the
drops.
benefit of the M4 is you never have to let go of mouse once you start spraying. With, let's say, the AK or the SCAR, after 10, 15 bullets, you cannot control the recoil and the spray transfer.
Yeah.
So the M4 is imbalanced in the sense that you can control pretty much all 40 bullets if you don't hold down mouse 1.
Yeah,
And as you saw him there, just spray them both down.
and transferring beautifully from one
Yeah,
person
but
to the
it's
other.
way too easy with the M4.
Yeah.
It's a small side of every other gun.
There you go. The game on easy mode. And we're going to be going to the second one pretty soon. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in here. Again, my name is Bogdan Boogie Carp, and of course, now we've got Larson with us
Yeah.
to be storytelling you, to be walking you through the stories of the close qualifiers for the season 1 of GLL. And you definitely want to catch this one through. We're going to be going through EU matches. We've just started now, so we have 4 matches left from the 5 in total.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be doing NA as well. So if you're thirsty for some PUBG action, well then stick around.
Yeah.
We're going to give you plenty.